What's going on, guys? WhiteFox1225 here with a really exciting video. Today, Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind was announced, which is the new expansion for the Elder Scrolls Online. This is just so exciting because I thought maybe this would be an expansion, but for it to actually be announced is just so cool. So today we're going to go over all the info and the new content we're going to be getting and everything we know so far. I got home from work at about 1:30, ran into my computer room to watch the Twitch livestream. I definitely wasn't disappointed. The cinematic trailer that you can see on the screen I thought was really well done, and it also has one of my favorite characters from the game, Naryu, in it. You guys can check out a link in the description to watch the full trailer with sound, but let's move on into the details of the expansion. As a lot of people guessed from all the teasing they did over the last couple days, this expansion will take place in Vvardenfell. They also confirmed that it's going to be a lot bigger than any of the other zones in the game so far, and from the way they were talking, they made the zone sound pretty big. It also seems like they're going for the nostalgia factor. It's going to look a lot like the original Morrowind game, going to have a lot of familiar places. They even went off the original map they used for Morrowind. And in the livestream they just really stressed that it's going to be really familiar for fans of the Morrowind game, and it's really going to bring that nostalgia, which is awesome because I know a lot of people love that game. It was a lot of people's first Elder Scrolls game, so it's going to be really cool to go back. This whole new zone will have PvE content, everything you expect, like story quests, delves, side quests, world bosses, everything you expect from a normal PvE zone in the game. The zone's also going to have its own tutorial, and they're making it available for new players. If you've never played the Elder Scrolls Online before, and you should play it, but if you haven't, you can buy this Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind expansion and jump right into Vvardenfell without playing any of the other prior content, and it will scale to you and it'll be all good. And then once you finish that, you'll also own the Elder Scrolls Online, so you can go back and play the original PvE zones if you want. But if you've never played ESO before, don't worry, it's going to have a tutorial. It's going to be really inviting for new players, so if you've never played, but maybe you liked Morrowind or you just want to jump to the game and play the newest content, you can go right ahead and play this new expansion. The story of the zone, they didn't explain too much, but it will involve Naryu to help guide you through the zone, and she will be a major character in some of the quests. Part of the story will involve the Morag Tong, which is awesome because I've been waiting for that to come to the game. In case you're not familiar with the lore at all, they're a group of assassins in Morrowind. The Dark Brotherhood actually splintered off of them, and it seems like you'll be able to join them, which is pretty cool, and it's also going to be Morag Tong armor in the game. The lore behind the guild is just really cool, so I just can't wait to see that come to the ESO. A big part of the storyline is also going to be Vivek, who's a member of the Tribunal. He's losing his powers and growing ill, and he needs your help to save Vvardenfell from a Daedric threat. But that's about all we know so far, but so far sounds like a really cool story. Sounds like a traditional Elder Scrolls main story with the Morag Tong thrown in, and to me that just sounds perfect. The new zone and the new story content is really cool, but we're also getting a lot of other additions that people have been waiting for a while that I'll get into now. First off, we have a whole brand new class, which is the Warden. If you're familiar with other MMOs, it might be something like a ranger or a druid you've seen in other games, but it is coming to the Elder Scrolls Online, which is super exciting, and I can't wait. A lot of people doubted that the Warden was coming, but I kind of felt like it would come, especially if this was an expansion. The Warden focuses on elemental magic and animal companions. Just like all the other classes in the game, is going to have 3 skill lines. One's going to be an ice skill line that focuses on defensive skills. One's a more nature-themed skill line with healing abilities, and then of course you have the animal companion skill line. The ultimate for that skill line is the ability to summon an animal companion. In the cinematic trailer we saw him summon a bear, but there's multiple animals you can summon in different types if you want to. Once you summon your animal, he stays with you until he dies, and when he's fighting you'll also be able to heal and buff him as well. I know a lot of people are really excited for this, and I think it's safe to say that a lot of people are going to be playing the Warden once this launches. But another highly requested feature that we're going to get is Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is an arena style PvP. It's going to have 4v4v4 game modes, so it is 3-sided, and the teams are random, they don't matter which alliance you're on or anything like that. But it's going to be 4v4v4 on these small maps. It's going to come with at least 3 maps and 3 game types. One of them will be team deathmatch, one will be a sort of capture the flag like thing. All the matches are going to last about 15 minutes. And it's really focusing on that quick action, so small maps, lots of quick gameplay. When you die, you're immediately back in it. There's also going to be leaderboards, just like we've seen in ESO before, and of course if you get to the top you're gonna get this special gear for playing and some really unique rewards. As if that wasn't already enough, we also have a new endgame trial, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for that as well. We're also getting some new cool things like new player houses with Vvardenfell. Hopefully we'll see a mushroom house, that would be really cool. Also a bunch of new crafting styles. I don't know all of them, but I do know the Morag Tong style is confirmed. And if you get the collector's edition of the pre-order, you can translate any armor you have into that style, kind of like they did originally with the Imperial style when this first launched like 3 years ago. Anyway, the expansion is going to launch June 6th on all platforms, so that's the Xbox One, PS4, and of course the PC. There is a ton of different ways you can buy the expansion, and I'll try to go over all of them quick. If you already own ESO and you just want to upgrade to the base expansion, you can do that for $40. If you don't own ESO, you can buy the expansion and the Elder Scrolls Online for $60. Then there's also a digital collector's edition for $80 if you don't already own the Elder Scrolls Online. If you do own ESO, that collector's edition is only $60. The digital collector's edition comes with a bunch of in-game rewards like new emotes, a dwarven spider pet, an armored horse which I think looks really good, and a special bear for the warden class. Then there's also the collector's edition, which comes with a physical dwarven colossus statue which we saw at the end of the cinematic trailer. Also a collectible book which is a version of Naryu's journal. It has a lot of art and stuff like that from the development. We also have a map of Morrowind and all the in-game rewards from the digital collector's edition too. I'm definitely going to get this because I still love the collector's edition for the first game. I still have my Mogul Ball statue up, and I think they just do a really good job with the physical versions. No matter what version you pre-order, if you do pre-order you'll get a discovery pack which comes with a dwarven armored dog, which does look pretty weird in my opinion, a warden costume, a treasure map, dwarven crown crates, and an XP boost which will last 2 hours. The only sad thing and thing I'm not too happy about is that ESO Plus gets no rewards for this expansion. I understand why it wouldn't be free for ESO Plus, but at least a discount or something would be really nice, and that's already something that some people are kind of complaining about. Anyway guys, this expansion looks super cool. I was just so excited when I saw this announced today. We'll definitely be covering this in the future with videos on the warden class, the new Battlegrounds, and everything like that. So stay tuned for more ESO Morrowind content, and just ESO content in general, especially with player housing right around the corner. Lots of cool stuff happening for ESO and the channel, so if you want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you guys liked the video, give it a like. Tell me what you guys think of this new expansion below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next one.